I care deeply about this place. This is my home. With the partnership with Bright Stars of Bethlehem, we can make this place a home for thousands of young Palestinians. Half of the Palestinian people are youth. We want to reach them. They are the potential of Palestine, and they are our future. Our mission is to educate the next generation of creative leaders for Palestine. Through this education, we give our students the tool not only to survive, but to thrive in life and in society.
Dar al-Kalima is a place to be more free. That's where I think it's the most important thing to have in your education, how to think freely. They teach you how to prove that you can. Give us more opportunity to know the world better and to decide which way we want to go.
This university is a direct answer to the shortage of institutions of higher education with a focus on arts and culture in Palestine.
The uniqueness of Dar al-Kalima University College is that its mandate is to provide programs in visual and performing arts, cultural heritage, and tourism studies and design. We are working on creativity, we are working on art, we are working on the inside, the human spirit. And we believe that they are our ambassadors.
We envision that our alumni will be the future creative leaders in Palestine. They will be the peacemakers, and they will be the agents of social change.
Dar al-Kalima was a turning point for me as a person, because after 12 years of one system of education at school where you just receive information, it was this time for me to express myself, to experience other subjects. Teachers at Dar al-Kalima let you think for yourself, have your own opinions, your own thoughts, your own ideas.
This place matters. It matters to me, it matters to our students, it matters to our community. Dar al-Kalima is work in progress. Your support to Bright Stars of Bethlehem matters.
Good evening and welcome to the Bright Stars of Bethlehem Virtual Celebration of Hope 2021. Hope is truly what we do at Bright Stars. Our vision is that our friends in Palestine would have life and have it in abundance. We do that through partnering with friends like you to raise financial support for Dar al-Kalima University of Arts and Culture, which we just had a chance to check out in the video that we saw. You know, it's so incredible to see hope unlocked in such powerful ways. Dar al-Kalima is the one and only University of Arts and Culture in all of Palestine. You know, in spite of the challenges that we're all facing, there are many things that we can celebrate tonight. One of the most exciting ones is that Dar al-Kalima has recently become accredited as a full-fledged university. It's transitioning from a university college to a full-fledged university, which we're so excited about that. That's going to open so many doors for our students. Another point of celebration is the fact that we can start gathering together in person again. We're one step closer. We're one step closer to being together. We tried last year to unlock the cultural center and get in there for a venue, and we couldn't do that. So we gathered completely virtually from the comfort of our own homes. But this year we actually are doing watch parties all around the country. Tonight we come to you from this beautiful home of one of our dear friends and ambassadors in Chicago, Sue Ferran. And she is hosting a watch party today. So let's go.
Hey Chris, welcome.
Thank you. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited about our watch party.
Me too.
And look, I got some Palestinian wine.
Yay, on brand.
Star of Bethlehem.
Awesome.
Come on, you can help me get ready.
Sounds good. Sue, thank you so much for opening your home and hosting a watch party tonight. Could you share with everybody a little bit about what the watch parties are?
Absolutely. I'm so excited to share that this year we will be able to safely gather in small groups, both in homes and churches scattered all across the country. Others will be joining from the comfort and safety of their own homes. But it was our hope that these small groups will allow for some wonderful fellowship and deeper engagement, all focused on our theme. Now, our theme last year was Be the Key. This year, our theme is Unlock Hope. And aren't these t-shirts awesome?
They're awesome.
They're so great because these beautiful pieces of artwork that you see represented on these two shirts are actually painted by young artists associated with our university. And later tonight, these pictures, the original art, will be raffled off, and 2 people will win these. So that's
Two
really
of you.
yeah, 2 of you. And then also announced at the end of the program will be the lucky winner of a trip for 2 to the Holy Land, all expense paid. 3 winners will also receive a bundle of books written by our co-founder and Palestinian world changer, Reverend Dr. Mitri Raheb.
Oh my gosh, we've got so much to look forward to. Besides the raffle, we've planned a wonderful program for you tonight, which includes hearing from U.S. friends across the nation, compelling DAK student stories, a special update from Reverend Dr. Mitri Raheb, and an exciting announcement about the 2021 recipient of the Women of Vision Scholarship Award.
We'll also hear from Bright Stars board member Linda Edens and her husband Ed. And let's not forget about the surprise shout outs from some very special friends. Finally, please stay with us to the end of the program for the paddle race, where you'll have an opportunity to unlock hope with us for the next generation of creative leaders in Palestine.
Absolutely. You know, Palestine is in a position right now where it's looking like a triple lockdown, not just a double lockdown, but a triple lockdown, with the occupation, the global pandemic, and the most recent crises and human rights violations. The violence and lives lost in both the West Bank and Gaza are heartbreaking. I think we'll all agree. This is why we need your support now more than ever. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. We're profoundly grateful for your support in this important and world-changing work.
So let's get this celebration going.
Yeah, let's do it in a really fun way. All right, so this is marking the beginning of our Celebration of Hope 2021. Let's all unlock hope together for the next generation of creative leaders in Palestine.
I feel as if I got to know the world through music, and it is a way to unlock hope.
We support the vision and amazing work of Reverend Dr. Mitri Raheb and the continuing success of Dar al-Kalima University in Bethlehem as a source of arts and culture for Palestine and beyond.
It is no secret that art plays a crucial role in the development of a cultural identity.
Art could be one of the best ways for us as Palestinians to express our frustration, to express our hopes, our dreams, our fears.
Music is a constant reminder of my culture and my family, and a voice through which I can give back.
I also see how art can have a transformative effect on culture and politics.
With all of these pressures and constraints over life in Palestine, the support Bright Stars of Bethlehem is able to provide was truly a source of hope.
The work that they do truly touches my heart.
I do believe in their message, and I do believe that art saves life.
I believe in this organization, and I stand for peace.
The ministries of Bright Stars of Bethlehem create the next generation of creative leaders for Palestine.
I want very much to celebrate Stars of Bethlehem and all the people who work together to create a safe space, a vibrant space for artists to reach beyond borders and governments and foreign policy and find each other.
Contemporary artists help shape identity, soothe the spirit, and in times of struggle, they are a voice of resistance.
The work we are doing is important and life-giving.
We need you to join us.
Please join me
and understand that you too can unlock hope.
Unlock hope.
Unlock hope.
Unlock hope.
Unlock hope.
For Palestine. Shukran jazilan. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Farah Nabilsi, the filmmaker behind the short film, The Present. Supporting Bright Stars of Bethlehem is a great way to support creative resistance in Palestine. I don't believe that art alone will end the oppression of Palestinians and free them from a relentless oppressor. But I do believe that without art, Palestinians will never be free. And I want to encourage you all, this audience, to unlock hope for the next generation of creative leaders in Palestine. the work that Dar al-Kalima does and the work that its students and graduates did and contributed to our BAFTA award-winning, Oscar-nominated short film was invaluable and very much appreciated. And supporting the brilliant work of Dar al-Kalima means supporting the dreams and talents of a younger generation of Palestinians, which is so, so important and that you can be a part of. Much love and huge success in this ongoing, noble endeavor.
Hi, I'm Betty McCollum, and I have the honor and privilege of representing the families of Minnesota's 4th Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives. As you celebrate the Bright Stars of Bethlehem Gala, I want you to know that I applaud your work and your commitment amid the occupation of Palestine. You provide hope through arts, education, and culture. Every Bright Star of Bethlehem is making a positive impact, scholarships and travel opportunities and educational programs to help improve Palestinian lives. For that, I thank you. I'm especially proud to have the support of Reverend Dr. Rabib, to have Bright Stars endorse my legislation. My legislation is the defending of human rights of Palestinian children and families living under Israeli military occupation. Peace can only be achieved by respecting human rights, especially the rights of children. And that's why my legislation calls upon the United States to take responsibility for how taxpayer-funded aid is moved forward by the recipient countries. And that's because I want every Palestinian child, every Israeli child, to fall asleep at night with hopes and dreams for the future and not live in fear of violence. Support for human rights for Palestinians, it is growing in Congress, but we all know we have more work to do. There's more of a growing consensus among the American people for Palestinians to have the justice that they deserve, the equality of human rights, and the right to self-determination. It's time for America to stand with Palestinians and Israelis who seek a brighter, more peaceful future. I hope that you will join me, the many Muslims, Jewish, and Christian faith organizations to unlock hope for the next generation of creative Palestinian leaders. Bright Stars of Bethlehem is a terrific organization doing exactly that. You are truly doing amazing work, and I want you to know you have my support. I look forward to work with you to create the promise of a brighter future for the Palestinians. Thank you.
Our relationship with Bright Stars of Bethlehem began back in 2016 when we took our first trip to the Holy Land with our pastor, who was born in Nazareth. His family had been sent out of Galilee into exile back in 1948. Now, we consider ourselves to be educated individuals, knowledgeable about current events, but we were absolutely blown away by what we saw with our own eyes in the Israeli occupation and oppression of the Palestinian people. If you've been to the West Bank, like to Bethlehem, as an example, you know what I mean. If you have not been there, please consider traveling there as soon as you can. The experiences during our trip made us realize there had been a long-standing failure of the U.S. media to expose what was really going on in Palestine. On that trip, we met our pastor's dear friend, Mitri Raheb, at Dar al-Kalima University. We came home from that trip instantly committed to sharing what we knew about the occupation of Palestine, knowing we needed to share the news about the hope that Mitri provides to the next generation of Palestinians. Now, Linda's been on the board of directors of Bright Stars of Bethlehem since 2018, and she and I are truly honored to support the work of this organization, both with our time and with our financial resources.
It was on the plane ride back from that first trip in 2016 that I asked my pastor about returning, sharing that I wanted to help organize another trip. 2 years later, we did just that, at which time I was already on the board of Bright Stars. I consider it an honor and a privilege to serve Bright Stars and to be Mitri Raheb's teammate. I've since been back to Palestine 2 more times. One of those, I led a trip with a fellow Bright Stars colleague. I believe that through authentic travel, the culture and heart of a land and its people can be shared and experienced. I'm now also the board liaison for groups traveling to the Holy Land, with hopes of introducing them to Bright Stars and Dar al-Kalima. One place I have not visited though is Gaza, because I'm not allowed. Gaza is not open to individuals wishing to travel because of the ongoing Israeli blockade. For now, I celebrate knowing that Mitri's vision has expanded there. It's changing lives and it's offering hope. Since 2019, we've opened the training center in Gaza City. We've offered courses, we've held exhibitions, and we are creating a website so the artists within Gaza can be known by the world and their pieces can be purchased. With the recent bombings this year in Gaza, our students have pulled together and they have brought an opportunity to the children to deal with their trauma and find joy in art. So often when we talk about artists in Palestine, we talk about sharing stories or documenting history, but we cannot forget that art fosters creativity and individuality and a freedom to create that no one can take away, not even in the world's largest open-air prison.
We proudly support the work of Mitri and Dar al-Kalima University, both in Bethlehem and in Gaza. There are many worthwhile organizations that advocate for Palestine, but only Bright Stars of Bethlehem directly supports the only arts university in all of Palestine and empowers young adults there through teaching creative resistance. To help Bright Stars achieve a healthy, regular cash flow, please consider becoming a monthly donor. If you'd prefer to make a larger one-time contribution, you can certainly do this with appreciated stock, or directly from your IRA or your donor-advised fund, or by simply using a check or a credit card.
There is nothing more powerful than offering hope so someone's dream can become a reality. Please consider joining us to unlock hope. Next, it is my honor to introduce to you brilliant intellect, philosopher, political activist, and social rights advocate, Dr. Cornel West.
What a blessing and joy to be here to put forward the strongest solidarity I know of. To support Bright Stars of Bethlehem, to focus on that magnificent university with the magnificent leadership of so many of you all who've come together to do what? To keep the focus on the precious Palestinian brothers and sisters made in the image and likeness of God, like anybody else across the human spectrum, for us to zero in on, yes, the structures of domination, yes, the structures of occupation, but also the resiliency, also the resistance in a spirit of love for everybody, but it begins with a love of self and love of neighbor. So I hope that those who hear my voice will respond, support, and be in genuine solidarity with those supporters of this grand university concerned with the cultivation, formation, and maturation of the precious young Palestinian youth who will unlock hope, who will unleash love beginning on the Palestinian side of this world and flowing over to Jewish, Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, Hindu, traditional religion, a love that embraces each and every one of us. And I say that in the name of my own Jesus, who died for everybody. Stay strong. Stay steadfast.
Good evening, Bright Stars of Bethlehem family. I am Reverend Dr. Iva Carruthers, the General Secretary of the Samuel DeWitt Proctor Conference and proud board member of Bright Stars of Bethlehem. And I am honored to introduce our most revered visionary for such a time as this. You know, the older you get, you no longer measure moments by chronological time, but rather by divine, purposeful meaning. And so when you ask how long I've known Mitri, our dear Reverend Mitri, I've known him as a brother of a lifetime. He has shown us all that it's one thing to preach a sermon, it's another thing to be a sermon. It's one thing to teach a few, it's another to build an institution for the many. It's one thing to survive a shutdown and a shutout, but it's another thing to speak across all manner of boundaries. So in the spirit of Ubuntu, we are because he is, and because of his witness, we have come to know what it means to be a Palestinian Christian. We have seen the Bible through the eyes of a Palestinian. We have hope unlocked by faith, even in the face of empire and under occupation and COVID-19. This is just a few of the titles that embody the spirit of our revered Reverend Dr. Mitri, penned in his 40 books. So please notice that I stand in front of my ministry butterfly quilt to remind us all that at the intersection of hope and despair, life and death, there is the unleashing, renewing, and resurrecting power of God. And in our midst this evening, there is one among us who we all know as author, pastor, friend, but most of all, God's agent of peace, justice, and transformation. So let us all breathe in the power of God's protection, and let us exhale the embrace of God's love as we welcome into this virtual space our beloved Reverend Dr. Mitri Rahel.
Dear sisters and brothers, greeting from the little town of Bethlehem. It's so good to be again with you. It has been a long time since we saw each other in person, but I'm grateful that at least we have this possibility to be together this year virtually and in so many places in watch parties. Your presence with us tonight means the world to me. You know, unfortunately, no good news are still coming out from the Middle East. Our region seems to be in turmoil again. I think you witnessed the blast in Beirut. You know, it was like almost Hiroshima, what we saw there. The devastation of the port, of the neighborhoods, of art galleries, and the death of so many people. And then we had all the problems in Jerusalem where Jewish settlers were trying to take over the homes of Palestinians who have been living there for decades. I think you followed the Sheikh Jarrah events in Jerusalem, and our students were caught in there. Some of them were injured, like Anas, who was on his way to Al-Aqsa Mosque to pray, and where he was detained, jailed, and wounded to some extent. And then came Gaza, you know, that aggression on Gaza, the war on the people there. 256 people killed and 66 children as well. If you look at all of these images, it's so easy to lose hope. It's so easy to get depressed. It's so easy to give up. But, and this is where I believe God is calling us to be here in this region, here in Palestine, and now, at this difficult time, to be that beacon of hope and to keep hope alive in the same place where hope was born 2,000 years ago. For us, the question, what to do when hope seems to be lost? And our slogan as Bright Stars of Bethlehem is, hope is what we do. It's really what we do that is what is bringing hope to this region and to the people in this region. And so immediately after we heard of the blast in Beirut in Lebanon, we thought, we as Palestinians who have been going through all of these difficulties throughout all of these years, we have built up some expertise how to deal with situation like this. And so we wanted to reach out to the people in Beirut and in Lebanon. And we really tailored a program to bring healing and hope through the arts. And so we worked with 132 artists in Beirut by setting up a website where they can sell their products and have some income, but also to work with artists in Beirut through art therapy and to reach out to the many nurses in 4 hospitals that were destroyed during the blast, so that they feel the hope, they feel the healing, and they can pass this healing on to the others around them in the hospital. That was a great success, and I'm so glad that we were able, as Palestinians, to reach out to the people in Lebanon. And again, hope is what we do, and this is what our students are doing. Again, thinking of Anas, who was detained, injured during the Sheikh Jarrah problem. What he did was to write a song. By writing a song, that was the way he felt healing. But sharing that song about what Jerusalem means for him as a Palestinian, as a young man. You know, that city of hope, where the hope came out of the tomb, that is what Anas wanted actually to share through his song. And we are so proud of him. And finally, Gaza. You know, the blasts in Gaza, the destruction that was done, unbelievable. Just the sound of all of these high-rises collapsing set many children in fear. They couldn't sleep anymore. They were having nightmares. And so how to reach to those? And again, our students in Gaza that we trained in the last 2 years, we were able to start working with children through art therapy, through games, so that these kids can sleep again, so that they can dream again, so that they can sing again, so that they can go to school again. I'm so proud of our students in Gaza and the way they were able to reach, within days after the end of that aggression, to reach out to the many kids in Gaza. You know, Gaza is the most densely populated area in the whole world. People are packed so close to each other. So you can imagine the devastation that these kids were feeling. And again, hope where it's so easy to lose hope. That's our mission, and that's our vision here in Palestine. Another great example how our students are reaching out to children through the arts is Mira. Mira graduated from Dar al-Kalima in 2015. She was a voice major, and now she's using her voice to bring healing to children, not only in her neighborhood, but throughout Palestine. Mira is a good example of graduates who personalize the values and ethos of Dar al-Kalima. This last year was a very tough year, but our staff were busy bringing hope to the people in Beirut, in Jerusalem, in Gaza, throughout the West Bank, but even beyond. And other staffs were working very hard for the application to be recognized as a university. 2006, we were recognized as a community college offering 2-year degree. And 2013, we were upgraded as a university college, one college offering bachelor degree. But a month ago, and this is the great news that I would like to share with you all, we got the accreditation as a full-fledged university. So now we have 5 colleges. We have a college for art, we have a college for design, we have a college for arts management, we have the community college still, and we have the graduate college. 5 colleges, and from now on, we can actually offer master degrees and hopefully down the road, PhDs. I mean, what an immense change this will mean to us. So you can imagine the thrill and the celebration that our staff were having in those last days. And at the same time, restructuring, getting ready for the new semester that just started. As part of the restructuring, we had to double the number of vice presidents. We had before 2 vice presidents only, and now we have 5 vice presidents. And guess what? 80% of the vice presidents are women. The poor man is in the minority, 20%. But this is exactly what Dar al-Kalima stands for: gender justice, equality, women empowerment. And it was exactly out of this reason that last year we launched the Women of Vision Scholarship. You remember Carla, that young student in the interior design who won the Women of Vision Award and Scholarship. This year it's Haya. She is majoring in film. Haya finished the community college with us 2 years, and then she was so good that she applied for the bachelor, and now she's enrolled in the bachelor program. Haya actually in Arabic means life. And this is what Dar al-Kalima stands for. We stand for a culture of life in a context, unfortunately, still marked by a culture of death. And so it's that life, that spring in that context of death. This is our mission and this is our vision. This is what Jerusalem stands for. It's this resilience of our people that do not give up hope, but continue in spite of everything. This last year, I was busy with finishing my latest book, The Politics of Persecution, Middle Eastern Christian in the Age of Empire. This is a book that talks about the story and history of the Christians in the region, in Lebanon, in Egypt, in Iraq, in Jordan, and in Palestine. And this story is not necessarily a story of persecution, though hardship, but it's really a story of resilience. It's the Christians continuing this message that came out of Bethlehem 2,000 years ago. It's this message of bringing hope into a region that is marked by uncertainty. I encourage you to read this book. If you want to understand what's happening today in the Middle East, if you care about the Christians of the region, this is the book that you need to read now. I hope you will enjoy it, and if you have any feedback, please share it with me. It's sometimes when we feel that the journey is long, that the road is so difficult and so thorny, it's exactly in this context that we feel the power of the Spirit, that we can continue not only the journey, but bring this message to unlock hope. Saleh is a great example of this hope. a young man from Hebron who came and is passionate about filmmaking because he believes it's through the film that he can spread hope in this context of hopelessness. Listen to his inspiring story.
When I was young, I used to see the movies, the films, I used to see the big canvas movie. Directors come and ask for materials, ask for cooperation. So I used to see many directors when I was young. Dar al-Kalima started a film school, and I found this out. And I went with my father. He said, I want to come with you. I want to see this place. And we were surprised, because we can see the spirit of the art there. The most special thing about Dar al-Kalima that they educate you about yourself first. They teach you about yourself, about the real Palestine. The place that we live in, always, every hour you need a hope. It's the only word we still have, because the Israeli cannot take it.
Saleh actually is a good example of what Dar al-Kalima stands for: transforming the lives of young people, training the next generation of creative leaders in Palestine. Imagine a young man from Hebron living almost in a big prison to become assistant director for a film that is nominated for the Academy Award. It's exactly that transformation what we do in Palestine. And this is really the hope that we are talking about. It's very real. It's not a theory. We see that when we touch the lives of one person at a time, one young Palestinian at a time, through music, through filmmaking, through art, through design, you can become a world changer. Your support to Bright Stars can help people like Saleh and like Mira, Haya, and like Anas to become those peacemakers. Tonight, you have this opportunity to unlock hope, where hope was first born, to touch the lives of people that otherwise might lose sight. But through your gift, they will be encouraged to be resilient, to continue the journey, to bring good news out of Palestine, to be the hope of a nation, and to be those peacemakers that hopefully one day they will bring peace to where the angels 2,000 years ago sang, "Glory to God in the highest, peace on earth, goodwill to the people." Thank you for your support. Thank you for your encouragement. And thank you for assisting us in bringing hope to Palestine.
Wow, what an overwhelming response. Thanks to each one of you for playing a part in this amazing gala and inspiring us all through your generosity and the excitement that you're generating as we unlock hope in Palestine. I'm Suzanne Watts Henderson, and as a Bright Stars board member, I find nights like these to inspire me deeply, even at a new level, to do all I can to be part of efforts to unlock hope in Palestine. As Mitri often reminds us, one thing we each can do every day is to pray. To pray for Dar al-Kalima, for its faculty and students and staff, and to pray too for the day when swords will be beaten into plowshares and when God's vision of peace with justice prevails on earth as it is in heaven. In that spirit, will you join me in prayer? Let's pray together. God of grace, in whom we live and move and have our being, thank you for the chance to gather tonight, to hear inspiring stories, and to see faces, bright, bright faces, that show us your way of hope unlocked. Thank you for planting seeds of hope in the most unlikely places, and for all you do to nourish those seeds into life abundant among the people of Bethlehem and Gaza. Inspire us to go from this place with our eyes and our hearts burst wide open to be your agents of healing and staunch advocates for those who live under all kinds of physical and emotional and spiritual lockdown. Create in us and through us a way where there seems to be no way. By your Spirit, teach us how to do hope in this needy world. We make our prayer in the name of Jesus, who showed us the way in his life and death and rising again, the way to abundant life. Amen. Thanks again for joining us on this very special evening. Let's continue to unlock hope for the next generation of creative leaders in Palestine.